Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us.
What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
Starting to pick up.
Yep. Well, that'll be great on live, on a podcast.
Hey, we may lose one of these canopies. There it goes.
Oh, boy.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Yeah, you're live, Irma. Welcome. What's up, Irma? How you doing? We got you. Hey, we're tapped into your computer there too, where you work. We can actually see you on video. I hacked your computer. So beautiful earrings today, Irma. You're always beautiful. Very nice.
You're so silly.
Hold on. Official in 3. Get ready, Billy. 3.
I'm trying to. My ears don't fit in the headset.
3, 2, 1. Oh, hold on. Man, I just totally botched it. You ready? All right, here we go.
Which one? 1, 2. How come that one's got a number and the other one doesn't have a number?
I don't have any idea. Somebody labeled those years ago, and it's,
when you're buying stuff from a garage sale, I just expect it a little bit better.
All right, Billy, let's get that official Billy Cauthen intro, that people so long for on Fridays.
Good morning, Huntsville. You're coming to us live, or we're coming to you live. Somebody's coming from somewhere to where you're at, and we're going to do a thing with people. We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Is that the right one?
Yeah, that's it.
We're bucking for you. It doesn't sound right.
What doesn't?
My headset.
Is it too loud?
No, I can't hear me.
You may have to, hold your nose and blow, and then that kind of.
I will, but I don't want y'all to have to smell all that.
Yeah.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas. Yeah,
there we go.
Is that my warm up?
That was a good warm up.
La.
It was a great warm up. Billy, you mind scooting down just a tad here? There we go. We didn't.
You're just trying to push me out of the camera frame.
We loaded up this morning.
We did.
The donut wheel. You know those ladies at the donut wheel are so sweet. They get in there at 2 a.m. and I always go for the pink donut, sausage and cheese. Wasn't feeling the jalapenos this morning. I called you, Billy.
You don't want to fill them later?
Yeah, don't want to. Yeah. And I was excited this morning, Billy, because you said, man, you know what? I asked you, I said, you want something from over there? You said, yeah, absolutely, man. You told me what you'd like, and so I went over there and picked up a few. But you said that it was National Chocolate Milk Day, and I got real excited because, I like a good chocolate milk in the morning once in a while. And then you told me, just kidding, it's not.
It's not.
It was for you, though.
It is today. I mean, I love chocolate milk. I don't always drink it, but when the opportunity arises, then meet it.
If you pay the premium price, you get the behind the scenes before we go on, chatter. I had a weird dream last night. Part of that dream was there's two things. I've been waking up a lot because Cauthen wakes up and we got to shift him around. And just, I don't know, we haven't fully got into this new routine of the time change yet. I don't know how many of you can relate this morning, but that time change, it just seems like it takes so long to get in. And then by the time you finally get in the routine, it's time to change it again. But we've been waking up 2 or 3 times a night. And so I had 2 dreams last night. I remembered 2 of them. And, there was 3. I'll tell you the 2. I already told you one of them.
Yeah,
So I'll tell you the other 2. It was the weirdest thing, man. I was in your favorite town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Central Texas, Georgetown. Your number one place that you always wanted to move to. Based on how I talk about my hometown, you're just so enthused. You want to pick up and pack up and head there today. Start Sam Houston Memorial Funeral 3.
I thought we were going up there on Monday to scout around.
We might. I think I'm going to go to Burn. I've got a little property out at Burnet, and it's going to be 100% in Burnet for the eclipse. So maybe we'll just take some lawn chairs and hang out on that property. We should. You ask Greg, tell him it's a national holiday.
I actually spoke to a guy that's up there, and I'm thinking about we should get like loaves of bread and bologna and just start selling sandwiches on the side of the road.
People up there would probably buy them, too.
Yeah.
Well, the dream I had, it was the weirdest dream. I had a dream that we're under a national emergency in Georgetown and that there was someone bombing drones. It was the weirdest dream. I have no idea why I dreamed that. And then I woke up. I mean, why do you dream these things, right? And then I woke up.
Did you have to go to the bathroom when you woke up or anything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
okay,
I did,
I know
it's part of the wake-up process.
Correlated.
It's part of the wake-up process now. But then the second dream I had is the weirdest thing. It was about Borden milk. And it was so strange. I haven't, and it was we were all going out to eat, and my sister told me, she goes, that Borden milk's really expensive because it comes from up north, and it doesn't really come from up north. The Land O'Lakes is the brand that comes from up north. It was just the weirdest dream, and I started wondering this morning, Billy, why do we have these dreams that make no sense at all? Absolutely no sense.
I think it's just our brains running unbridled, And
the weird thing too is, you'll have a dream, and I've wondered about this, and I'm not someone that digs into dreams. I'm not going to get off this weird tangent. But, in your dreams, like, you'll see people that you feel like you've never met them but obviously you've had to have met them somewhere, even if it was for a split second. Because do you think that your brain can produce those images while you sleep of just a random person? I've always wondered that. I've always wondered if the people you see in your dreams are people that you've crossed paths with, and it's just a little fragment that got left in there in the back corner from somewhere.
I really don't know. I haven't put that much thought into it, but I guess I know what I'm doing the rest of the day.
Well, you better ask your pastor at church. Maybe they'll get some theology behind this.
I don't want him kicking me out of there.
Well, friends, we got to
go sit in the back or something.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Back Row Billy there at over there off Magnolia Lake. So
yeah, Christ the King Methodist Church.
Christ the King, back Row Billy will come greet you.
I'm actually 4th pew from the front. Okay.
I'm a big believer in sitting. When I like at church, I like to sit up front. I don't like to sit in the back. I like to sit up front because I like to know what's going. I like to know what's going on right in front of me. The only thing that would be beneficial sitting in the back is for security, so you could see everything that's going on. But I've been to churches that are small church. I've been to churches that are really big church, and it doesn't matter what size. I prefer to sit up front.
As a funeral director, my phone is constantly ringing because these things aren't set on appointments. It happens when it happens. So I set the 4th pew from the front on the far side. That way when my phone rings, I can get up and step out and take that call without disturbing anybody or everybody. So
I figured you were the type of guy that, like, when a call comes in, you just like jerk. Oh, I gotta go, and you just say it real loud. You know, like, were you the guy when cell phones first came out that you had that obnoxious cell phone holder with that huge Nokia phone on the side and the obnoxious ringer that was turned to level 10 so everybody would hear it?
Yes.
And then when it rang, you answered the phone, hello, as loud as you possibly could, so everybody would look at you.
I wasn't that guy, but no, I had the holster and yeah.
Do you know that guy?
I know that guy.
I know about 3 of those guys. We had one of them at church where I was growing up. My cousin and I had always, you know, in good fun, we'd always poke fun at him. We're like, why does this guy have to be so loud and obnoxious about his cell phone ringing?
There was a guy here in town when I was younger that had a bag phone that had the belt loop attachment, and he would wear that entire bag phone on his side. And I'm not going to say any names because, you know, I want to continue living here, but yeah, that was the goofiest thing.
The old Tandy, you know, phone, Radio Shack special you throw over your shoulder.
I still have a bag phone in my barn, and you plug it in, it still comes on.
You know, those phones by law, any phone still has to connect to 911. So you can take a phone that's 30 years old, and they still have to have that 911 emergency circuit on them. So the old phones still have a use, and it's for, maybe you could call 911 and ask them to patch it into your grandmother if you needed to talk to her. Then you get a free cell phone service.
I wish I could get that old bag phone reactivated because that sucker worked everywhere. You could be underwater in a submarine and you could place a call to Pizza Hut. I mean, they worked.
The good news about those phones, not only do they work, you know, everywhere, but if you had an old UHF VHS TV, you know, your UHF was on top, VHF was on bottom, and you had the tuning knob.
Yeah.
Well, those TVs, they didn't stop at channel 69 back in the day. They stopped at channel 89. But then the FCC changed the channels for TV, so 69 or 70 to 89 was nothing anymore. It wasn't TV channels. But the older TV still had that knob, and I remember as a child, if you'd crank it past 69 and start clicking and start using that little tuning knob, you could start picking up people's cell phones back in the day when they were unencrypted. Because it filtered over. This is radio nerd stuff I used to know back in the day, but it filtered over like into that 900 megahertz spectrum. So we used to sit there literally and listen to people on their cell phones when I was growing up. An old Zenith black and white TV I had, and I'd sit there and my friends were amazed. They're like, how do you do that? I said, I don't know. It's just picking up random signals.
We used to have a police scanner that would pick up our neighbor's cordless phone. And we'd have to, there was a button on there, it was LO, it was lockout. And you'd have to go in there and hit that LO and lock it out so you weren't hearing them gripe about how crappy their neighbors were because that was you.
It was the unintentional wireless party line.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, hey, we do want to welcome you in. Thanks for waking up with us this morning in Huntsville here on a fantastic Friday. Fog in the air, 53 degrees. A little bit of rain in sight today, not as much as yesterday, just a slight chance, 10% or so as we go throughout the day. It will be windy, gusting as high as 25. Going to be warming up a little bit in the lower 70s tonight, partly cloudy and 53. Saturday is going to be beautiful, mostly sunny and 75. We're going to be set up for a great weekend. A little bit breezy on Sunday. We'll have rain back in the forecast on Monday, but this weekend should be absolutely beautiful. As always, we want to say thank you to Paul Oley of the Gallery. Paul, we love you, man. Thank you for providing this space to us. And a big shout out as well to Elliott Jewelers and Elliott Herzlich for helping us with the backing that we needed to kind of get things going here in this studio. For all of your jewelry needs, visit our great friend. It's Elliott Herzlich from Elliott's Jewelers. Set up that appointment today. He's located over in the First National Bank building. And, of course, we could not be here on this fantastic Friday without our great friends and one of our Foundation 5 sponsors, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. And Billy Cauthen with us, as always. Every once in a while, Greg pops in. We got to get Greg in here with you sometime, Billy. You think he'd be up for it? It's been a while. We need to have a Greg Smith check-in.
Yeah, I'm sure we could do that.
So we'll figure out how to get Greg. And I'll tie it into something with Sam Houston. Last time
we'll trick him.
Yeah,
we'll trick him into coming.
We'll have something up here. We had a hometown spotlight, several months ago, and we did it over at the LSC building there, or next to the LSC at the Student Union over at Sam Houston. That was a lot of fun. I had Russell Martinez on. We talked about the new branding and Conference USA. So he likes to.
We'll just tell him the Bearcats are going to be there for something, and yeah, he'll be there.
And it'll just be one Bearcat and an alumni from 50 years ago. So.
Yeah.
Well, friends, we got a great show lined up today. Good friend of ours that we've had the pleasure of getting to know over the last couple of months, Mr. Anthony Antonidis, joining us. He is the managing partner of the new Texas Roadhouse coming here to Huntsville. And so I know many folks in this community are so excited about that new business coming. I know Bridget and I are. We love Texas Roadhouse. And it's so great to have a good company moving in right here next to the Home Depot on the north side of town as you're heading north on 45. So we'll talk to Anthony in a little bit. If you have some questions, feel free to ask those questions. And do us a favor, as always. We always appreciate everyone out there across Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you may be joining us this morning, the International Space Station. If you're there, just one day, Billy, it's going to happen. But send us a message. Let us know you're out there.
Are they still using the space station?
They are, yeah.
Okay.
And now SpaceX is flying up there. Private flights going up there now. SpaceX is the biggest, commercial. It's private space travel now, and they dock up to the space station. It's pretty cool stuff. So it's no longer just the government doing this. It's now private space companies. I got bored on a tangent the other day on YouTube, started digging into all this. So it was good stuff.
And that's the International Space Station. That's north of Dallas.
Yes, north of Dallas, floating up in the sky a little bit. So
gotcha.
we do want to hear from you this morning, though. Again, Huntsville, let us know that you're out there as you're waking up. This show is all about, and our platform is all about promoting the good and the positive happening in our community. I want to start off with just a little bit of inspiration this morning that maybe this week has been tough. I've talked to a lot of people, Billy, that are going through a lot of things in their lives right now, and we just want to encourage you to remain in faith. Wake up in prayer. I always say that, and whether you're a believer or not, I believe that prayer is the most powerful thing, and I was thinking about that yesterday. In fact, last night, I met with a gentleman. We're putting together a really awesome video montage over at FBC for Sunday of kind of the history of the church, and this gentleman, Thomas Leeper, grew up in a church since he was an infant.
I know Thomas, yeah.
Great. One of the kindest men you could ever know. And he had old 35 millimeter slides of the fire in the 50s of FBC.
Wow. And
he digitized them. And so I'm going to put some of those in there. But it was so neat to see that. And, we were talking, and this is where I was going with this. I said, Thomas, how many times do we go through so much in life and we go to prayer last? And so I just wanted to encourage folks this morning, go to prayer first. And that'll definitely help out the rest of your day and the rest of your week.
Thomas's father was Forrest Leeper, and he was one of my assistant scoutmasters when I was a kid.
He showed me a picture yesterday and talked about how involved his daddy was in scouting, and I thought of you immediately.
God. Every time, back then, we didn't have cell phones. There were CB radios, and everyone had a CB in their van, and we would all, so many kids to this van. And I was always with Mr. Leeper. And I always sat up front, and I always operated the CB. That's what he wanted me to do every time. And every time we'd get back from a trip, he would accuse me of breaking the thing. I had to have it fixed because you spit when you talk or something. Mr. Leeper, no, I don't. I miss him so much.
He's probably the guy that said when you hooked the Nintendo up to the TV, it broke the TV.
Yeah.
So, never forget. Our dad got us a Nintendo for Christmas one year, and then 2 days later accused it of breaking the TV.
Yeah.
And we, you remember the back in the day when we didn't have any money growing up, man, but we were the happiest you could be because we didn't need all that stuff. We ran outside and played around, and had fun. I think I told on this show before, my mom had an old Zenith TV, and it was a digital changer. It wasn't analog. Had a little digital changer on it. And the neat thing was that TV, something happened. It fell off of somewhere, broke, something happened. And she put a cinder block on top of it, but it looked so ugly with that because that's the only way you could get it to work. There was something in there that was loose, and that cinder block helped make a connection somewhere in that TV so it would turn on and work. And that cinder block, she didn't like how hideous it was having a cinder block on top of your TV in the living room. So she needle pointed a Texas flag around that cinder block.
That's what I'm talking about. That's like the Cauthen family. You go back and look at family photos for my cousins, aunts, everybody. Everyone had the big console television, right?
Yeah.
The big mummer jummer. In every photo you look at, there's a smaller TV sitting on top of the console.
And then as it goes on,
that was like the entertainment center. Don't haul that old one off. Just put the new one on top of it.
And put an old bed cover over the top of it. So. Well, all right, friends, we got a lot of folks. Hit that like button and share. We'll take a break. We got to listen to your national news, a word from our sponsors, and then our good friend Anthony Antonidis joins us on the other side. Stay with us. More to come here as we continue on. Do want to remind you, Billy, what should we give away today? I got a Klein card. I got Cafe Texan or $20. You got that 20 I sent you last night.
I sure did. It legit hit the Venmo.
I think let's go Klein card today.
Okay, yeah.
So we got another Klein card to give away. It's discounts all over Walker and Montgomery County. All you got to do.
I was looking at their website. They do have a lot of discounts.
Yeah. Yep, they do. And Paula and Andrew have done a great job with that. All you got to do, Billy, what's that keyword?
Bright. Like me. You're bright like me.
I just wanted Billy to say the word bright.
Bright.
It's bright along.
Bright and shiny.
Yeah, put that in along with your name. Bright along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. That number 936-339-0139. As always, our show's every Friday brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll talk with Billy Moore at the end of the show about great things happening and a big event coming up next week at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Until then, though, stay with us. We got more to come. Here's a listen at your national news. Word from our sponsors. This is your show. It's Good Morning Huntsville.
USA News. I'm Ryan Daniels. Is Apple a monopoly? The U.S. Justice Department thinks so. USA's John Schaefer.
According to Attorney General Merrick Garland, Apple has monopolized the smartphone market.
Apple has maintained monopoly power in the smartphone market, not simply by staying ahead of the competition on the merits.
He announced in a briefing Thursday that the Justice Department, along with a coalition of state attorneys general and district attorneys, is suing Apple. Well, Apple contends that the lawsuit is misguided on both factual and legal grounds.
For the L.A. Dodgers, manager Dave Roberts says,
business is normal.
His top-paid player, MLB superstar Shohei Ohtani, being implicated in a federal gambling probe after an L.A. Times investigative report. Roberts was asked about any team meetings with Ohtani after the story broke about his interpreter allegedly working with an illegal bookie. The interpreter fired the very same day.
Anything with that, can't comment.
A spokesperson for Ohtani originally told ESPN the funds were knowingly transferred to help cover the gambling debt. A deal to fund the government through the end of this fiscal year will see a lot of attention Friday and likely swift passage first to the U.S. House. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries told reporters he expects a big majority of Democrats to vote in favor of the bill. Most Republicans are expected to back the legislation as well. Immigration riots have been unfolding in El Paso, Texas. Reports indicated that the Texas National Guard faced a significant challenge as waves of illegal immigrants attempted to breach border barriers Thursday. Footage depicted numerous migrants engaging in altercations with soldiers. This as a legal battle plays out between the state of Texas and the Biden administration over who holds authority to enforce federal immigration law. This is USA News.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at GuardianDefenseLLC.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Hey friends, Rob Hip here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget, and as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com.
All right, Huntsville, back at it. Time now is straight on the money, 8 o'clock. And good news is, if you have to be at work at 8 o'clock, you still got less than half a minute to get there. So no worries about no worry about getting fired today. By the way, though, if you do get fired, you may have an opportunity for a job. But, they're going to do their background check, make sure that you're on the up and up. But we'll talk about it here in a minute.
They don't want to hire anybody that's going to be late.
yeah, so probably not a good idea in the restaurant business. But
to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. We used to tell our guys in my IT business, if you're 5 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fired. Yeah. It was a philosophy that didn't work too well for us.
Well, we do a little coaching and counseling first.
Well, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome back. Time now is 8 a.m. It is our joy and privilege to welcome in a new friend here to Huntsville, someone that we're so thankful to have in our community. Close by to this area this morning, Mr. Anthony Antonidis joining us. Good to see you, my friend.
Welcome. Thank you.
It's been a while. We've communicated the last few months.
Yeah.
And so appreciate you reaching out to us. There was this rumor floating around a couple of years ago that said Texas Roadhouse may be coming to Huntsville. And then
not a rumor anymore.
Not a rumor anymore. The cat is out of the bag, and construction groundwork is underway over there by Home Depot. Before we dig into all that, Anthony, we do have a special gift for you this morning.
Okay.
First-time guest on the show. This normally goes on top of your pickup truck.
Okay.
But we figured out, you know what? We don't have a truck that we can drive through the studio in here, and I figured out you can just blow right onto this. So you get the first-time guest air horn this morning. A special salute to Anthony and a welcome to Huntsville.
Okay.
There you go. Welcome in. That's the official honk, by the way.
Okay.
Maybe we could get them to sponsor the news van.
Yeah. Billy and I have been talking about, we're looking forward to this. We want an old beat-up A-Team van that we can park out front, and I want to get a drawing of Billy just hanging out on the side of it. So
okay.
So we'll figure out a way to make that
happen. I could run around town reporting that.
Well, only if he gets the Mr. T haircut.
Well, Anthony,
might be a deal breaker.
Anthony, so excited to have you on. Like I said earlier, you and I have been communicating the last few months, and we put an article up on Hello Huntsville, and you were so gracious to reach out to us and say, hey, I want to provide some more information. We had talked about getting you on the show, and you had said, let's wait till after the new year, a couple of months. And so here we are. We'll talk about the new Texas Roadhouse in a minute, but let us know a little bit about you. I know the managing partner for this new venture here in Huntsville, but you've got a background that spans quite some time in this industry. Let us know about you.
Almost 30 years in the business. Really, if you think about it, busting tables at my uncle's restaurant / bar back in the day for to get quarters for the Miss Pac-Man Galaga machine. I've been doing it since I was 6 or 7 years old, but it's one of those things. It's in your blood, and you love it. And we're just excited to be here. Was born and raised in Houston, and lived there my whole life. And moved up here in July. I'm just renting the house right now, and until we can figure out with my beautiful fiance that I'm going to be marrying here in a couple days.
Oh, that's coming up that quick.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, Miss Kara is beautiful, and I love her, and we're going to make an honest woman of her, or she's going to make an honest man of me, however that works. So,
well, Anthony, it's incredible too, because not only are you living here in Huntsville now, and you guys are looking to get your roots settled here. Billy and I were talking about, we just love when folks come into this community, start a business, but also are vested in living here. I know that that's so important to you. You grew up near the Houston area. Maybe let us know a little bit about just growing up, and being close by to this area.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Alief, Texas, and proud alumni of Alief Elsick High School. So, got a lot of lifelong friends and what I call family, brothers and sisters, and we're all still pretty close. But yeah, I got the opportunity. I've worked, in the business for a long time, and but got the opportunity to move up here and with Roadhouse and make my dreams come true.
Well, that's wonderful. You talked earlier about just kind of growing up in the industry a little bit. Maybe some more of your background as you continue to grow up before this opportunity with Texas Roadhouse.
Well, I mean, when you're newly married and new babies, you go a little crazy, and I might have done it, working 2 jobs, working at a steel plant during the day and bartending and bouncing at night down on Lower Washington at the old daiquiri factory, if anybody can remember that. But then, a family member of mine became a managing partner at Outback Steakhouse, and I got on as a server with him and worked my way up kitchen. Realized that I couldn't keep working 100+ hours a week. It was just breaking me down, and plus no family life. So got it finances situated where I could get on with management and cut my teeth there, and was a managing partner with Outback for over 10 years. Then I left them and went to Chewy's and loved Chewy's, and was with them for 12 years, was a GM at the River Oaks and the Sugar Land location. And then got the opportunity to come on to Roadhouse, and life's, here we are.
Well, this has been a highly anticipated business coming here to this community. Everyone here is obviously very excited about it. The construction is underway there next to the Home Depot, just on the north side of town. I enjoy seeing that growth, because Wisniewski came in and Josh has done a great job. They built a beautiful car dealership over there. Home Depot's over there. That's going to allow more growth. When folks see these organizations, that's what I want to encourage people this morning. When these businesses move to town, don't see larger companies as an inconvenience. See it as a positive thing. One, because you're going to provide a lot of jobs, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it also helps to spur additional growth, and especially when it's a reputable organization such as Texas Roadhouse, nothing but positive things for this community. Maybe let us know a little bit about just the idea for Texas Roadhouse maybe wanting to open up here in Huntsville. Maybe how did that get on the radar?
Well, it's been on the radar for a while. It's just been a matter of getting the land deal done, where it's going to be equitable for everybody involved. And we wanted to be off the freeway. So I know there's some one of my kitchen managers who I went through training with, Jose. He's from Huntsville, lived here his whole life, and he was telling me that some of the community is a little upset where we are because we got to drive over there. Well, just looking at the way the town's growing, it's growing that way. And so plus we're right off that exit from 45. You're already driving over there to go to Home Depot. So, it shouldn't be that big of an issue.
I live on the west side of town, and we have this deal about as long as we don't have to go across the Highway 30 bridge, and where he's at, we won't have to do that.
Well, that's what.
So no, not everybody's upset.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just, and it's a great location, and I'm excited about it.
I know there's a lot of inner workings, and sometimes scheduled openings get postponed due to things that are beyond our control. I know originally there was a tentative date around July. That's not going to happen.
July 29th was the original opening date, and as the city grows, infrastructure has to get caught up before we can go in, and so the city's having to redo a lot of the sewage system. Apparently, I just found out there's been issues over there for a while, but they're working hard on it, and they're predicting that we're going to be ready to go by September 1st. But we can go ahead and build. We'll just have a temporary line until they get all their stuff done, and then we can put our final lines in and connect up properly and be ready to rock and roll.
So definitely the goal by the end of this year to have
October 28th is the date right now.
Awesome.
As long as summer weather is good and we don't have, monsoons all summer, construction should go pretty good.
One of the biggest things I talked about was employment and employment opportunities, especially living in a community with such a great college backing behind us with Sam Houston State University. There's going to be 4,000 or 5,000 students that are physically on campus. There's a lot that do things remotely in the other campuses in the Woodlands and those areas, but there's still a lot of college students here in Huntsville. Maybe highlight some of the job employment opportunities. I know that's a big thing for you guys.
So we will initially hire to open a Roadhouse. You're looking at about 270 people we have to hire.
Wow.
You guys, you're sitting at your table, but the amount of people it takes to run a restaurant. I mean, there's 23 cooks, dishwashers, and prep. Everything's made from scratch. There's nothing. I mean, we have a butcher in the back cutting meat. The bake lady and making the honey cinnamon butter and the fresh made rolls right there in front of you.
You're talking Billy's language now.
I mean, my common
Speaking
thing,
my love language.
as I walk around town with my logo on, everybody's like, the rolls, and I'm like, I've never heard that before. But yeah, it's a lot of people. Obviously. We hope we don't lose anybody, but there's a little bit of a pad in there because that it is such Roadhouse is like nothing I've ever been a part of. The volume and the sheer just intensity and to make made from scratch food at that level, it takes a lot of people and it's a lot of pressure because our mission is legendary food and legendary service. And that comes down from our founder, Ken Taylor, and God rest his soul. And he instilled in every single one of us and all that come after us that this legacy is all about legendary food and legendary service. You can't have one without the other. So we're going to always, we only do 3 table stations. We keep them small so they can give that attention to their guests. We have guests, we don't have customers, and we're bringing you into our house, and we're going to share a meal like Grandma made.
Love it. Yeah.
I mean, if you've eaten our food, it's like Grandma made.
Yes, sir.
So,
well, I
don't know. My grandma never done the loaded baked potato or the loaded sweet potato. So,
yeah, that's. I've had a couple.
Well, it's great, Anthony. Such exciting news for our community. 200-plus jobs, and I want folks to really hear that this morning. 200-plus jobs coming to Huntsville thanks to our friends at Texas Roadhouse, and we so appreciate the investment of y'all's organization for saying, you know what, we're going to choose Huntsville. And we've seen a lot of growth with Texas Roadhouse over the years, and Bridget and I love going. We go to the one, I believe it's right outside of Conroe.
Right.
And we love going there.
Yeah, that's Jay's. He's a good man. He's got Jose's working at his place right now, and he's training up a couple of my managers for me right now. So love me some Jay.
Texas Roadhouse was the closest thing we had to Texas when we were in Fargo. And Bridget and I said, thank the Lord, we have something that's Texas up here. And it made you feel a little warm when it was 20 below outside. So
right.
Won't have to worry about that here. Anthony, maybe there's someone out there today that's saying, I'd like more information about employment. I'm interested in possibly trying to work with this organization. Can you give us some details on how folks can start connecting that way?
You can always apply at for any Roadhouse online on our website. There's a link for employment opportunities. We will open the trailer. In fact, Todd and we've got a meeting later today with Sam Houston. Todd's my partner, and he's in charge of the whole area, and we're gonna work on some things, but the trailer will probably open the end of July, beginning of August, and that's when the sign will go up. Now hiring. We start hiring about 10 to 8 weeks out. You don't want to hire too early because then you'll lose people, But it's a process because they've got to go through dance classes. They've got to make sure that they have their state required TABC for alcohol service, and also their food handler's license so that they have proper sanitation and all that, because we have to worry about the public health. I know because you mentioned the peanuts earlier and how they used to be in the buckets and the barrels, and that's a product of COVID. Now they're in the bags, and they're not. They're talking. We'll probably never get them back just because the way the health consciousness of the public these days.
My dad took that throwing the peanuts on the ground pretty serious. Back in the day, he was very aggressive with it. I think he did it on purpose just because he knew he could. And my dad would sit there and pop the peanut, and he would just like make this face and just throw them down on the ground. So, and I remember asking him, I said, Dad, why are you doing that? He goes, well, it's good for the wood on the floors. He's making up stuff. He said it's the peanut oil helps keep the wood good on the floors. No more throwing peanuts.
I heard the same the first time we went to a restaurant that did that.
They're still there.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. Well, again, looking forward to this.
I'm sure you don't get peanut oil from the shell, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Anthony, you'd mentioned, too, possibly a groundbreaking. Is there something there around April? Is that?
They're breaking the general contractor is going to be on site and breaking ground on April the 8th. There's, as far as I know, and there again, I'm having a little meeting with Todd later,
Gotcha.
But I think it's meetings on that day, some stuff going on. I don't know if there's going to be a formal deal. I think we're just racing to get
this bad boy open and going. Yeah,
I know I am.
Talk maybe a little bit about the preparation from your standpoint, because new organization, millions of dollars have to go into this project. It's not something
$8 million minimum. Yeah,
just to get this going. Maybe talk a little bit about just the process behind it for you and the lead up and the training that you have to go through.
So our management training is like none I've ever been a part of. I mean, it's what as a young manager you wished your training could have been. I mean, it's 18 weeks. One of those weeks we fly up to Louisville, which is where our corporate home office is, and the support center, and we go through all kinds of classes and little camaraderie stuff at night. But it's 8-9 hours a day of classrooms and meeting everybody. The beautiful thing about Roadhouse, even though we're 800 restaurants, our store number is 849.
Wow.
It's still that small. I can call anybody. And then as a managing partner, they'll fly. I just got back from Louisville back when that ice storm was going on, and was up there waking up to -9. Anyway, and got to spend time with the executives, the CEO Jerry Morgan and Gina, the president, and I mean and it was hilarious because they're like, we don't get to talk to operators that long, so. They were only supposed to have 30 minutes, and I think they ran over an hour, and nobody was willing to pull them.
Yeah,
they're like, just ignore them. They won't leave me alone. Anyway, but yeah, I got to talk to them, and everybody's focused on the same thing: great food, legendary food and legendary service.
Yeah, well, it's so good. We're so excited about this, Anthony, and again, we just want to formally welcome you here on our platform to Huntsville. We're so excited to have you. Looking forward to you've already made a tremendous investment. I know that you guys will continue making those investments in the people here in our community, and we can't wait for the peanuts, can't wait for the rolls. Somebody was telling me the other day, they're like, oh, I heard something about you mentioned you're going to have the guy from Texas Roadhouse on. Is he going to bring the rolls? I said he's probably not cooking them in his kitchen yet.
No,
don't worry.
That's one of the things that's hilarious. People call during the day, and we don't open until 4:00. Yeah, we only open for lunch on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, we open at 4:00, and bread is made fresh. Everything's made fresh. So I mean, I was laughing when I first got there and was like, okay, 5-minute shelf life on bread. Like, well, how much bread are we throwing away? Because it comes out of the oven, you got 5 minutes to sell it, or you got to throw it away.
Wow. Didn't know that.
I never saw anything hit the garbage. Let me put it to you that way. We can't make it fast enough. And when it comes to the true stars of that kitchen, your meat cutter is, yes, obviously, because that's the big time, making sure your steaks are perfect. But that bake lady or bake man, or the baker is one of the hardest positions in the kitchen. It is crazy.
Anthony, most important question for you. Your steaks, how do you like them cooked, and what do you like on them?
Well, I don't need anything on a good piece of meat.
There you go.
And rare, mid-rare is the way to go. If you're having to use steak sauce, then you probably ordered it well done, and that's fine. Different strokes for different folks. Just not my cup of tea.
My wife, and God bless her, I think so. Just like you said, your fiance, I'm so thankful for my wife, and she taught me the right way to eat a steak, Billy. We went somewhere once, and I've always just ate. I didn't know any better. I'd always hear people say, "Oh, well done," and so I never realized I was ruining that steak. And Bridget said, "What are you doing?" And I went medium rare, and I've never went back. She did, and you're exactly right about you don't need anything on it if it's the way it should be. But there is one thing that she turned me on to that I almost have to have every single time now, and it's that doggone horseradish cream.
Oh, yeah, on a ribeye or prime rib?
I don't know what it is about that horseradish. You ever done that, Billy? Horseradish cream? Yeah, boy, get ready, buddy.
Yeah, no, it'll open up the sinuses. Oh, yeah, especially with all this yellow pollen going on. But I'll tell you, you can't beat, we do smothered on our steaks with the grilled onions and sauteed mushrooms. Son, let me tell you. It then add the creamy horseradish to it. Oh, yeah.
He can stop anytime.
Yeah, Billy over here off camera was going like this. By the way,
my mouth is watering.
Don't worry. We have a whole lead up. Training week before we go, we have a whole lead up, and then we end.
Yeah, we'll be there. Not a problem.
Yeah. Well, all the food that we make, thousands and thousands of dollars of food, we've got meetings with the police chief and fire department.
No, they don't need it.
We'll donate that food to them so they can eat that whole week and get our great food. And then, but that weekend, Friday and Saturday, we do what's called Friends and Family. And so the staff that we've hired, and then plus people that VIPs, which I will make sure that y'all get invites.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Y'all get to come, and then we donate all the proceeds that are raised to local charities. And so we are actually in the process of working on that too. So I know I have a personal charity that I work with. And it's the Snowdrop Foundation for pediatric cancer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember old Kevin Klein from 93Q Country down in Houston.
I've heard of him, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's his foundation, and we just raise money for cancer survivors so they can go to college because their parents spend everything to save them. I mean, it's the right thing to do.
Well, man, Anthony, I love that, and it's so important to be tied to these organizations, too, that give back and to organizations that support these causes. And I already knew you were a great guy and a good guy. Now I know that you're a really great guy. So.
Now, and if any of the schools are watching, get ready because we're big with schools. We love anything we can do with the schools. And, I mean, most roadhouses have the football helmets, but I'm big on, making sure that we have the girls up there and softball and volleyball.
Well, it's funny you would say that because not the president, but the secretary of our football booster club has already hit me up about asking if you would be interested. So
we got her. We got her
already.
yeah, there it is.
Don't worry, we're coming, and
I took care of it.
We actually hire an in-house LSM local store marketing person. That's all they do is they put me where I need to be. Because you got so many aspects of the business that are rolling. So I have a marketing person that goes out in the community and take it what we do. Bread rolls to just bread drops and getting to know people and getting community involvement. So.
Awesome. A lot of folks joining us this morning. Many great nonprofit organizations here in town like CASA, which is court-appointed special advocates. Our good friend Janet Davidson saying she would love to have y'all come by sometime and say hello. So,
oh, yeah.
And we'll I don't know, as things go on, you guys will get more and more plugged in, and we'll help plug you in as well. Our local chamber is an excellent resource. Ray Hernandez and the folks there.
We get involved with the chamber as well.
Awesome. Yes, good stuff.
It's just right now I drive down to Spring every day, 51 miles to work because I'm in a restaurant and working. We've got to stay sharp, and most of my team is in that restaurant with me. So we're getting our skills so that we can hit the ground running and not, I mean, there's always hiccups with an opening. You got 270 brand new people to the deal, and you guys are coming out going, I'm expecting that great, and that's all I'm going to say. Just bear with us. we'll get them there. I promise you. But it does take a little bit of time. But the beautiful thing about my best guests that I have relationships with, or somebody that we had an issue with, or something, we burnt their steak or whatever, and we just made it right. And that's the easy part of my business. If it's wrong, we just make it right. Don't get upset. Just tell me what's wrong. I'll fix it.
Love it. So business is easy if you do that. Yeah. So many business owners don't understand that concept.
If it's wrong, make it right.
That's right.
So,
final question for me, and maybe Billy, I don't know if you have any questions, but I have one final question. You had mentioned this earlier. I didn't want to gloss over it. Mm-hmm. Part of the training includes learning to dance. How does the dancing work?
Well, see, as a managing partner, and with old football bad knee injuries, I get exempted. I stand up there and do the old, if you remember the old comedian Sinbad, he said the old man dance where you bite your lip and plant the one leg and just tap the other one. That's me.
I do that.
Yeah.
Billy does that while he's on the show.
And plus, we have to wear non-slip shoes, so dancing, you can't slide around. No, all the gang will take classes and line dancing, and every 30, 45 minutes the music goes off, and the secret to how you know when it's fixing to happen, you hear the Texas Roadhouse theme song, get that Texas Roadhouse. Anyway, when that's going, they've got 45 seconds to get ready and get lined up, because here we go. The music's coming on, and they're gonna dance it up.
Billy, I don't want to get you fired at Sam Houston Memorial, but I sure would like for you to be a part-time employee over there just so you could dance, man. That'd bring in a crowd.
If the money's right, I'll dance every 45 seconds.
It ain't that kind of place. But you know what?
What a hard
you'd laugh. But we have guests join the crowd all the time.
Awesome. Well,
it's a lot. It's a party. The reason why we love Roadhouse is I get to have a party every night.
And you'll have the sawhorse for the birthday people still, right? The sawhorse with the
saddle on it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember my cousin got on that one time, and I was like, "Please get off!" It just, but she had fun.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Are you going to sing to us?" We go, "Well, if I could sing, I might not be working for Texas Roadhouse. I'd be out on the road with George." Anyway, but we'll make it special for you.
We had a friend, the Horn family, saying that they were allergic to peanuts, but they said, "I'm taking a Benadryl and going as soon as you guys open."
Yeah. Well, it's not there again. It's not. It's. Yes, obviously, there's a couple things that if you can't anything with pork, because bacon is in almost every recipe, and peanuts. I mean, that's kind of that's our thing. And the music, yes, there are going to be those that are upset that the music's too loud, but it's a Roadhouse. It's supposed to be a party. I'm sorry, kind of one of those things when somebody says music's too loud, turn it down. I actually go over and turn it up.
I like this guy, Billy.
Yeah, he's really growing on me.
It's like the old turn it up some.
Well, y'all grew on me when I was listening to y'all's conversation on the opening and talking about, the power of prayer. And that's the funniest thing. When I'm witnessing to my staff, I always talk to them. There's only a couple absolutes I know in this world. There is a God, and I'm not him. And two, you're going on your knees. You're either going to go willingly, or he's going to put you there. But if he puts you there, it's going to hurt a little bit more. The lesson's going to be driven home just a little bit more.
Well, amen, brother. We appreciate
I appreciate
you
y'all.
Here. You bet. Again, some dates to remember. The tentative grand opening now set for October. Was that
October
correct?
28th.
October 28th.
Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. That's what's going to happen. If we can get it sooner, we will. But right now, to the 28th. Obviously weather, and if the city has any issues getting I've got plenty of rolls and cinnamon butter if we can make that date happen quicker. Just saying.
Well, you're in luck. The mayor watches the show.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Mayor Humphrey, I got you.
Hey, Russell, you won't have to drive across the Highway 30 bridge.
Yeah, you're good. Anthony, I did want to ask this because you're here in this community now, and we always ask, especially our first-time guests on this show, what have you really enjoyed most about Huntsville so far? With just your time being here and the short amount of time that you've been here so far, what has really stood out to you, and what do you really like most about Huntsville?
Well, I will say it happened day one when the moving trucks was putting. Obviously, they were the neighbors were doing the old looking out And I think they all knew I was okay when they saw my gun safe getting wheeled in. But met the neighbors, came over, and everybody real welcoming. My she just had her birthday. 83-year-old mother lives with me. I take care of her. I mean, I'm the son. That's my responsibility. And everybody's so nice and talking to us. And like I said, like I told you, I've lived in Houston my whole life, and now I'm here. And I don't think I've locked my doors since I've been here.
Yeah,
you just don't have to. I mean, everybody knows everybody, and
It's a good place. Our intern Michelle is here. She's sitting over there. She comes in from the university on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She's from Houston. So when you mentioned the high school earlier, she perked up. So it's pretty neat.
You know Elsick? Absolutely. Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah. I got my street creds.
Well, Anthony, thanks so much again. Billy, did you have any questions or any maybe final comments for Anthony before we let him go?
None that I can think of. I'm ready. He's already promised to get me my own reserve parking spot. We worked that out.
Yeah,
so we're
$1 million cash, untraceable bills.
I thought we were doing a check. I had you when it was at a check.
No, no. Does anybody even write checks anymore?
Excuse me, my wife does.
Throw it to her. So, well, Anthony, thanks again, my friend.
Well,
so great
you.
to have you today. It's
Thank you.
Anthony Antonidis. He is the managing partner for the new Texas Roadhouse, set to tentatively open later this year in October. We'll keep you updated here on Hello Huntsville. And if you see Anthony around town, he'll have the shirt on, the Texas Roadhouse. He's down in Spring a lot, still training and working with the team down there. But when you see him, give him a pat on the back the way we do here in Huntsville. Tell him you appreciate him. And we're so glad to have you all here in the community.
Everybody's been so welcoming so far.
All right. Well, we'll take a break. Billy and I will have it for you when we come back. Do want to remind you that keyword continues on. We're going to give away a Klein card, discount card. It'll get you discounts all over Walker and Montgomery County. And all you got to do is text in the keyword BRIGHT along with your name on the Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. That number 936-339-0139. As always, our shows every Friday brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. We'll talk more with Billy on the other side about some exciting events coming up next week for Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We'll also call our winner, and we'll wrap it up. Stay with us. More to come as we continue on. This is your show. As always, this is Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are. Third location on Veterans Memorial, coming soon. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
Join us at First Baptist Church Huntsville for the exciting return of Wednesday Night Live starting March 6th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. We're offering games, fellowship, a free meal, and Bible study sessions for all ages. Whether you're a child, teen, or adult, there's something for everyone. Adults can enjoy new Bible study classes while the kids engage in fun, faith-based activities. This community event is open to everyone, free of charge. Don't miss out on this opportunity for spiritual growth and community connection. To register and for more information, visit fbchuntsville.org.
Have you heard of Google, Amazon, or Wikipedia? Their founders were all Montessori students. Montessori is the only educational method developed by a doctor using the scientific method for what was best for the child. Come check out our award-winning childcare schools at Tomorrow's Promise. Did you know that 90% of brain development happens the first 5 years of life? Early childhood education is the most important time of life. Come find out what makes us different and why we are now adding a third location. Visit tpms.life for more information. Education you can trust.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Hey friends, Rob Hip here. As a guy, jewelry's not really my thing. I never know what I'm looking for. I feel uncomfortable, and I just don't understand how certain things look good together. But that's why I depend on Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Whenever Bridget and I wanted to get engaged, we said, we need to go to a place to where someone's going to take care of us. They're going to make me feel comfortable as a guy, but they're also going to take care of her needs as well. So I went into Elliot's, and he was so gracious and compassionate with my understanding, and I wanted something that looked a little masculine for my engagement band, and he said, I've got the perfect thing for you. And he found some white hammered gold that was trimmed in 14 karat gold, also put a diamond on that ring to signify my love for Bridget, and as we grow and our family grows, we can put a diamond around the rest of those. So friends, if you're looking for someone that is dedicated to customer service, that understands the needs of people and does what's right all the time, there's nobody better than my friend. It's Elliot Herzlich at Elliot's Jewelers. Visit him online at elliotsjewelers.com. Huntsville, time now is 8:37. 8:37. Welcome on in here today as we get rolling. Billy Cauthen, by the way, just wrote a paper for you there. A hillbilly version of something kind of funny.
We won't go into detail because I don't need everybody knowing about
your biz.
But yeah.
Basically, I said write something that sounds. Let me just read the first sentence here, okay? I won't tell what it is, but well, howdy. Name's Billy Cauthen. I'm here spinning a yarn about how I'm aiming to be one of them there funeral service people. It's been a spell since I first set foot in the biz, and let me tell you, it's been one heck of a ride. That sounds like Wilford Brimley. Like on a commercial, you ride up on a horse. Well, Billy Cauthen here.
You got to slow it down just a little bit.
Well, Billy Cauthen here. I've been spinning a yarn for quite some time.
You tested my diabetes.
And you test it often. And there ain't no reason you shouldn't, by the way. So We want to let you know that we are so thankful to have you here with us today as we continue on Friday. Brought to you by Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. A lot of friends joining us this morning. We appreciate each and every one of you, so thanks for being here. Billy, some really cool things coming up this next week at the funeral home. Tell us about what's happening, man.
I'll be there all week.
That's all it is. Perfect.
It's the coolest thing there is.
Whoa.
You can come hang out with me.
Got that thing zoomed in. There we
Man,
go.
no joke. You talk about fat, make me fatter.
What was the PHAT? No.
Yeah, sitting fat now.
So what's going on, Billy? What do y'all got next week?
We have.
Is it next week? It is. It's
Tuesday at 5:15. We have BASH, which stands for Business After Social Hour.
Been already smashed happy?
Yeah, get bashed at 5:15.
Gosh.
We are having the Chamber of Commerce BASH event at the Sam Houston Community Room of the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
The community room's so beautiful, Billy.
It is. We were setting some stuff up in there yesterday, and I've kind of hurt my back, so Greg was helping me, and we got the stuff set up, and there's one little room in there. We just sat there, and it was calming, and it was peaceful, and it was nice to kind of see that this chapter is coming to an ending and a beginning at the same time, and we just sat there, and it just, God, it's beautiful, man. And it
look at it. I've got it on the screen.
Yeah, it took a lot to get there, but we're there, and we're still missing the booths, or the banquettes as they're called. Banquettes. So in the formal tables and chairs. Well, you come from saying banquettes, you can't go directly in the tables.
No,
it just doesn't.
You have to just start using all the high-end words now.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal about this room. I don't want to say anything I shouldn't. If you want to use this room, I think Greg is basically going to say, you want to come, you just call me and come use it. I don't think there's a...
We're working on some stuff. It's for the community. One of its primary goals is to allow families that want to have a reception after the service.
Mm-hmm.
They can have it there. There's a serving counters. There's warming ovens, you name it, refrigerators, stuff of that nature. But we're also going to have some opportunities to where if you wanted to host an event, the room would be available. We're still ironing out all the details. We have two extremely strong-willed people, myself and Greg, that are discussing exactly how that should take place. But
it's going to be
don't worry, people. I'll win in the end.
It's going to be great. Go to the page now on Facebook, facebook.com/SH Community Room. Again, facebook.com/SH Community Room. Make sure that you like that page and you can stay up to date with all the great things that Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home is doing. And again, that room is going to be able to be utilized by families, but also for community events. Maybe you got a business needs to have a meeting. I'm already planning. I want to start doing mixers, and I want to do a big thank you to all of our sponsors and our supporters. And I was talking to you about this and Greg, but I would love to be able to possibly even use that room here for Hello Huntsville, and we can have a community-wide thank you and appreciation as we get closer to our 1 year officially being in business. And I think that'd be a great opportunity to utilize that room. So I'm throwing it down, just going to see if somebody over there picks it up.
As long as you pick up after yourself. Because if not, I think I'm the janitor.
We're just not going to leave stuff, Billy.
Don't worry. Leave stuff. We're not going to do it.
Well, make sure you head over there and like that. Again, a great resource to our community. So appreciate Greg and
come
Billy.
out Tuesday at 5:15 and check it out. Come on in. Check it out.
Get on down there.
Get the rest of it.
Get the rest of it coming up. Billy, before we get on our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line, our good friend Randy Thompson joining us, by the way. Good to see you this morning, Randy. Today, I don't know anybody from this state. But if you're from West Virginia,
Mountain Mama,
it's your day today. It's National West Virginia Day.
We should have John Denver sing to them.
Did Michelle just say it's so good?
I said it's so cool.
Oh, I thought she said it's so good. I was like, what are you Michelle, come on. She what happens is she goes to Washington, D.C. and comes back different. She gets injected with the Washington D.C. aroma, and then comes back and it's like, I've been to D.C. I'm better than all of y'all.
You know, as an intern, you could beat the crap out of him.
It's like after I went to D.C.,
I wouldn't want to.
Little old Huntsville. I'm just kidding, Michelle.
I wouldn't want to throw hands with her, man.
Today,
you see them rings she got on? She tear you up.
Michelle don't play. Hey, today, Billy, it's your day. It's my day. Guess what it is, Billy?
National Goof Off Day.
It's National Goof Off Day. Don't do anything. Just goof off today.
I've been doing that all week.
Yeah. It's also National Bavarian Crepe. Is that how you say that, or creep?
Crepe.
Crepe. I don't want any Bavarian creeps around me.
Yeah, I don't need any creeps around me. I've been creep free since 2003.
I'm not a crepe fan. Are you?
I don't think I've ever had them.
I think they're just too sophisticated for my simple mind.
Michelle never takes me anywhere.
See, once again, go to D.C., come back, and as a crepe fan. Oh, you don't ever eat those? Did you see Michelle?
Have you ever been to Sweet Paris?
See, it's Sweet Paris. We don't. This is Huntsville, Michelle. Ain't nobody got time. We'll take him over there, and then y'all will be 2-on-1 is what it's going to be. See, that's our plan. She wants to take you over to these high-end places, fancy named places, so y'all can come back and really talk down to me like, oh, you don't know what that is? You don't know what's going on. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, because I would sound just like that.
You don't know what's going on? You don't understand? Yeah, I don't drink Highland chocolate milk anymore. I drink it straight from the chocolate milk cow. All right, let's head over to our Granny Mary's Cajun Asian Cuisine text line. We are giving away a Klein card today, and I'm going to see if I can continue to talk monotone while we pull all of this. That was not monotone there at the end. You know, one time, Billy, I was reading a scripture when I was in high school, and I just didn't get along with my own kids my own age. I don't know why. I just never did, you know. I don't know. I just never fit in. Didn't really care by the time I got to be a senior in high school. I was like, I don't care if I fit in or not. I just kind of did my own thing. But I'll never forget, I was reading a Bible in Sunday school, and this guy told me in our class, another classmate, said that I was extremely monotone and boring to listen to. And I was like, wow. And from that moment forward, I started to try to read things with a little more inflection because I didn't want to be the monotone guy.
This is the same guy that had like a career doing sports broadcasting and stuff.
Yeah, but he told me then. But then I didn't. But that maybe that was the criticism I needed to have that little spark there for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess I was reading like Philippians. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Maybe that's how I read it. I don't remember. So, anyways.
The fact that you were reading it's good enough for me.
Needless to say, I haven't talked to that guy in 20 years. Here we go.
We don't like that guy anyhow.
Ain't nobody got time. Billy, I'll let you take this one.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm just out here doing the best I can with what I have. So.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, anywho, Rob just put me on the spot. I didn't have anything funny prepared to say or anything. So, appreciate him doing that. I also appreciate you texting in the keyword today.
Oh, I thought this was the car warranty service line.
No, we've been trying to reach them.
Oh. Who are we
speaking? Well, I do work in insurance.
Ah, okay. All right. Who are we speaking with this morning?
My name is Jessica. How are you guys?
Good.
Jessica, are you a first-time texter?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Well, congratulations.
First time and got randomized.
Got randomized first time. Jessica, you're here in Huntsville?
Yes, sir.
Well, how'd you find out about this show?
I listened to Miss Christine and Mr. Rodney with Packed and Ready Ministries last week, which I was so excited to listen to them, and I was really interested in the updates with the city, that you guys like to give everybody, so I figured every Friday I'll make a habit out of it.
Well, perfect.
I was going to pick on her and say she didn't have nothing better to do.
Yeah, but you just made us sound like we're actually doing something good, so we appreciate that.
I really think y'all are.
I almost feel good about myself.
Awesome.
Billy's turned a little red. He's full of so much joy this morning. So thank you, Jessica. Well, congratulations. Are you familiar with the Klein card?
Yes, sir. I think I've seen it, the discounts that it offers.
Yeah, well, we'll give you a Klein card today, and we're excited.
A lot of money could be saved with that Klein card. I personally do.
Yeah, if you ever get your hair done, like you go to the color bar, you get I think $25 off right there, right away. So that's already worth it. Discounts all over town.
Carboneros,
everywhere you can think of, probably on that Klein card. So, well, Jessica.
Oh my gosh.
I know you got to get back to work. A couple of last questions for you. How long have you been here in Huntsville?
All my life. So 27 years.
Awesome. Okay.
All right. What's your last name?
Cox. CLX.
Jessica Cox. Any relation to David?
No, sir.
That's my neighbor, David Cox. Mm-hmm. That's my neighbor.
Well, she's not related to him.
Okay, never mind, Jessica. I got excited. I thought we. Finally, Billy, what do we always ask our guests?
What are you thankful for?
I'm really just thankful for the breath that I woke up and took this morning, to be honest with you.
Awesome.
Amen.
I'll take that. Amen. Yeah.
Well, Jessica, what do you love most about Huntsville? That's the last question, then we'll let you go.
The community.
All right. Well, there she is.
Being able to just say hi to anybody.
Yeah.
And they return the favor.
It's a good place to live.
Well, are you looking forward to the Texas Roadhouse?
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right.
Excited
I'm
about
a little
them
bummed
rolls?
that the date is moved, but I think it's going to be so worth it.
Well, I will tell you from experience of just adding on to a facility when you're building something, the city's got you. You gotta be patient.
Well, there's a lot of things they got to deal with.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not just the city. I mean, there's everything from supply, demands, construction. It ain't never easy. It's always cheesy.
Well, Jessica, have a blessed day. We appreciate you so much, and thank you for all that you do in the community. I know through your job there, and I can already tell you're just an exceptional person, and we appreciate you so much, Jessica.
Oh, thank you guys so much. I'm so excited.
All right. Have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You as well.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. There we go. There we go. What is this guy saying? Only Friday. Those are rookie numbers. We got to boost those numbers up. I don't know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, those are rookie numbers.
Rookie? Now, what are you talking about, Kreiner?
There's no telling.
Steph Valley, our great friend over at Magnolia Kennel, says DC people talk like California girls. So, see, that's what it was. Michelle came back. She got that. She's got that kind of California girl DC talk.
Was she
DC
Cali?
Yeah.
DC Talk. Isn't that a band or something? DC
Yeah, it's
Talk?
a Christian band.
I try, people. I really do. But there is so much that I have to store up here in this little pea.
I feel terrible. We've been picking on Michelle. She just looked at me and like, I'm not coming back here Monday. She's quitting, and she's allowed to, because there's a clause in that intern thing that says if your boss ever picks on you more than 4 times in one day, you're allowed to leave the program, and she's leaving. So thanks a lot, Michelle. Our rock star is leaving us. I'm sorry, Michelle.
I'm looking for a good intern. What you doing Monday morning? Nothing I see. Sucker.
All right, Huntsville. Well, it's been a great week. We're excited. Got more lined up next week, and if you would like to,
there's Music Man jumping in.
If you would ever like to be a part of this show, we'd love to have you here. Quentin Music Man Williams is joining us. Do want to remind you next week as we continue on, we'll have visitors joining us all week long. We do have a few openings.
Oh, Sergeant Glaze.
Yep, Sergeant Glaze joining us. Quentin Glaze on as well. I did want to tell you, I believe this is going to be next week. And so Monday and Tuesday right now are still open. But Wednesday, we'll have Dr. White on from Sam Houston State University, the president. Giving us
day?
That's going to be on Wednesday.
Be on your best behavior.
Give us some updates. Laura Green with CASA will be with us on Thursday. So very excited to have Laura. And then on Friday, another great guest lined up as well. This coming up Friday, a good friend of mine, David Valdez, will be joining the show via remote. He was the photographer for George H.W. Bush. And they're going to be having a great event coming up at the Presidential Library in College Station. I've spoken and interviewed David a few times before. And, Billy, it's going to be incredible. He'll share some photos with us and a little bit about his story and his journey. Literally a man that spent almost every waking moment with the late, great President H.W. Bush. And so it's going to be a really interesting show next Friday as well. All right.
I got a George Bush story, but we'll save it for next Friday.
Save it for David. He'll probably know it. So
I doubt it.
He'll figure out. He'll tell you something.
Okay, good.
So, all right, Huntsville, we love you. Please stay engaged on our website. We're closing in on 3,100 followers on Facebook, by the way. But almost 19,000 views last month on HelloHuntsvilleTX.com. I don't say that to boast what we're doing. I say that to boast about the goodness of this community. And the more that you engage with our platform, the more that we can lift up the great stories that are happening here in Huntsville, the more that we can promote great organizations and businesses such as Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They are your hometown experts in celebrating life. Please don't forget about that. If you're going through a tough situation, and you have to find a place that's going to take care of your loved one. There's no one else better in this area than our friends Billy, Cauthen, Greg Smith, and the great staff at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Billy, thank you so much, man. Always a fun time on a Friday.
Oh, yeah.
That'll wrap it up, friends, as I end every broadcast reminding you today that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Go to our website, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get that in your inbox around noon. It'll have all the latest articles that we published over the last week.
It's ready. Yeah, it'll be there.
Michelle's working on it, and it'll have a list of things to do this weekend and throughout the next week. That'll wrap it up, friends. Did I already say the closing line?
Yes, you did.
I did. Good morning, Huntsville.
Wave at the camera.
God bless. We'll see you back at it Monday morning. So long, everyone.